it's Reagan, and today I'm going to be doing a recommendations video, which is always one of my favorite videos to film ever. Today I'm going to be doing fall reading recommendations, which is also one of my favorite videos to film because I love fall. It is currently like 75 degrees outside, which is great for Texas, so I'm feeling very fall. I got a pumpkin candle burning. Things are getting crazy up in here. That being said, I have accumulated some books I think will be a really great fun reads for this fall. You all know kind of my reading taste. I like fantasy, I like adventure, I like atmosphere, and that's kind of what is existing within a lot of these recommendations. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. The first book I'm going to talk about is the book that came to be in pre-order, and I literally forgot I pre-ordered it, and I almost started crying, and then I immediately read it, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets illustrated edition. This just came out. I'm including this in this video, particularly this edition, because I just feel like Harry Potter is such a fantastic thing to read during this season, starting in the fall, going through the winter, and particularly I feel like Chamber of Secrets just has a lot of really great Halloween vignettes. There's a Halloween feast, there's the ghost, there's the death party, there's just all sorts of stuff that I just feel like is kind of spooky scary that is just really fitting for the fall season. Not to mention the illustrations in this book are absolutely amazing. Pretty much if you're a Harry Potter fan, Harry Potter always can be read any time of the year, so I'm just giving you the green light to just start rereading it again, so you're welcome. Next book I have to recommend is perfect if you are kind of in a dreary fall situation, if you're a lot of rain and you want some brightness and some fun in your life. I would totally recommend reading Furthermore by Tahira Mafi. This is an extremely colorful and vibrant and whimsical middle grade fantasy novel. This follows our main character Alice, who lives in a very colorful world, but she herself is completely colorless. However, that doesn't stop her from having one of the most vibrant personalities I have read in a story in a long time. She takes nothing from nobody, but particularly this story is just so fun and magical and honestly such a delight to read. It follows Alice as she goes to another world furthermore to try to save her father. I really enjoy this. I have a full review on this if you want more in-depth details, but I would totally recommend this if you want some bright and happiness in your life. Next book I'm recommending is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This is a book I feel like I haven't mentioned in a minute, and it's such a great story that I wanted to bring it on back. This is a young adult fantasy story that's set in a world where a certain group of people possess mind powers. However, these groups of people are highly targeted against the government because they're feared for their abilities, essentially. Our main character has a mind power and she's been hiding it her whole life. However, she's caught at the beginning of this novel and that kind of sets her on this journey. This is such an interesting novel. It combines individuals being in basically like a mind power gang, and also there's other supernatural, fantastical characters that kind of appear in this story. It's fast-paced, it's incredibly entertaining, and it's going to be a long series, so you might as well buckle in and start now. The third book is coming out soon, so I think it's a great time to start this if you haven't, and it's just overall incredibly entertaining, so it'll definitely fill up a dreary Saturday for you if you're looking for it too. Next up, we have two books that go together because they're in the same series that I personally just think fit the fall atmosphere so well, and that is Six of Crows and its sequel, Crooked Kingdom. This is a duology written by Leigh Bardugo that follows a cast of misfit characters that are all pretty much criminals, and they're assigned an impossible task to break into an impossible place. And it is just such an amazing and compelling story. First off, your characters are very gray, which makes them incredibly interesting. You root for them, but you also root against some of the choices they make, which just makes the whole story just super dynamic and fresh. The story is fast-paced and super compelling, and you read from everyone's perspective, which is also just a joy because you get to fall in love with so many different characters. This series gets a lot of buzz and a lot of raving, and I personally think it's wholeheartedly deserving. It's so entertaining and so good. So if you haven't picked this series up, highly recommend. It has one of the coolest atmospheres ever. I find it to be a combination between potentially like 16th century Venetian merchants or 17th century Dutch merchants. I can't find the place, but this is my history major mind just speculating. into places that are unnecessary for this video. And the last video I'm going to recommend is Midwinter Blood by Marcus Sedgwick. This is one of my favorite books I read a couple years ago. This novel is just so creative and has such an interesting atmosphere. It follows basically a certain location over all of time, and it follows a variety of different characters and ultimately how they're all connected through this one single place. It's like has this interesting creepy feeling. I always describe Marcus Sedgwick's works as something you would hear around a campfire in a way, like someone's told this story that's passed through to someone else, and you just, it feels so much like folklore in such a great way. It's a very short book, and to me it really stuck with me. Like, I think it's just a fantastic piece of storytelling. Alrighty guys, those are all of the books in my fall reading recommendation list. Let me know down below some books you think I should read this fall, because Lord knows there are way too many, but I'm always interested. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with another video soon. Goodbye!